Hello everybody, welcome back once again to my Legend of the Dragoon walkthrough. Here I took a single step and boom, got into a battle. I don't know if this is the one where I actually... Nope, that was not the one where I beat that. I think that one is called the Treasure Jar, I think. I do have some footage of me taking one out, but excuse me, sorry. Those are I'll be honest, those are kind of tough to take out. I believe they have 5 HP. I think you can only use spells on them, and I believe they use magical barrier too, which I think prevents the damage from one spell. We'll see if one of the battles that I have with one of those actually plays out that way. But I think that's how those work. Anyways, I did come back here though to Fueno just to go to the weapon shop. In the previous video there, I had left town obviously, and didn't stop in here at the weapons store, and we've got finally buy something. Yeah, let's do that. We've got an upgrade for dart. That's seems a little weak, but whatever. The bemusing arrow I've already got one of. That's from the arrow. The archer centaur things in the barrens, and then the morning star. The morning star actually was possible for me to get earlier. I mean, not just me, anybody, to get earlier in the second trip to the Helena prison. Unfortunately, this playthrough, I didn't remember that those came from there, so I missed out. To be fair, or to be honest though, I didn't end up using Miro basically at all. Generally, I wouldn't have minded using her, but my kind of take on Miru and using her right now is that since she doesn't have a Dragoon spirit yet, we're not going to be building any Dragoon levels by getting her SP. So it just didn't really seem like it made sense strategically, I suppose, to use her. But anyways, we've got some other equipment there that's good for the ladies. I think I picked up was it a plate mail for Albert as well? The plate mail is actually an item that I got one of them way early on in the game. I mean I think that's first disc, and we're pretty much at the end of the second disc. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But that armor, dropped from a boss. So it's another one of those things where, unless you're manipulating save states like I've been, I don't know how likely it is that you'd have one of those. But end of the day, the chainmail is actually pretty good, to be completely honest. Because it's got a little bit of a better magic resist. And I mean, frankly, of the two, I think I'd rather have a little bit more, magic resist, or it seems like that magic resist stat has been a little bit more important. But, whatever. Anyways. So here I'm just trying to sell everything that I don't need anymore. I just had a ton of stuff that was built up, and generally the armor that is doesn't have any special properties or anything like that, I'm not going to be hanging on to. There's some stuff like like the energy girl, for instance. So that's got a I don't know if I think it gives you SP every time you're damaged or something like that. Like, I can see those good for when we're actually leveling. Just because, again, I mean, short of if you're completely maxed out on your Dragoon levels, that stuff actually does come in handy, and it'll get you there faster. And usually the downside of keeping something like that on over, whatever, maybe a little bit of a better piece of armor that, doesn't have, some interesting effect, is that, oftentimes you'll be able to kind of just suck it up or deal with a little bit of less defense, and prioritize, gaining SP or something like that. So, anyways, all right. So this is and I missed the name already. Hopefully that'll flash back up here. But I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to do this. I did get a little bit lucky early on in that this isn't what I actually decided to do. I thought that I didn't notice that it used the magic defense up or whatever that buff is called. And I think by it doing that, I think it nullified the sachet or whatever those things are called. Normally those will do 10 damage to these enemies. And again, my impression, and I haven't played around with it that much, but my impression was that it's supposed to do that to everybody, but or to all the unique monsters. But here, if you notice there, I just did 0 damage again, and that is because it used that magical barrier. Now, obviously, you're gonna want to use the magic signet stone to block it from moving. I put the speed up item on Shauna. Oh no, that did 0 damage too. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I thought that I was going to be able to break that down. Okay, it just used the barrier. I'm actually really curious. I thought this played out a little different. And if this looks a little weird, it's because I don't think this is the treasure jar that I actually ended up taking out. Now that I think this was my testing battle. So this one's it's completely immune to physical damage. It can only be hit with spells, and unfortunately, it does use that magical barrier, and that will block spells. So these things are, frankly, a real pain in the butt to take out. And I don't actually think that they're worth messing around with, frankly. Reason for that is, because of all these kind of idiosyncrasies that were going on with it. I just don't think it's worthwhile certainly not worthwhile to farm them. But then on top of that, the ring that it drops, I think it's called the ruby ring. Those are obtainable. Excuse me, jeez, one of those days. The ruby ring is actually obtainable for, I think it's 1,000 gold from one of the other. It was the one where the Princess Emile is at, I believe. I think it's that accessory shop. Boy, I'm having a tough time. Is it Flets? I think it's Flets. So, anyways, long story short, with only 1,000 gold price tag, it just doesn't seem like this is the best way to get those. For one thing here, I actually don't mind using the items as opposed to these transformations, because these transformations take time. And if you're trying to farm these things, or, and especially if you're not abusing save states like I am, this constant, transforming and there it just runs away on us. I just don't think it's worthwhile to farm these just in general. Again, like I said, I am going to take one of them out. Jeez. Yeah, jeez. All right. Anyways, this could be the one. And hopefully this is the one that I actually take out. But, all right, what are we starting out with here? I could have just used because it attacked right away, I could have just used a sachet or whatever, just to take it out right away. And then here it used a magical attack barrier. So there, I was like, no, we're not dealing with that. So I decided to throw the signet stone out on it. Now, again, because I'm making use of these save states, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. So let's just say, it's basically got 3 different moves, right? Okay. So it's going to, it's actually, I think it's got a little bit more. It might have like 4 moves or something, or four different commands it could use. It can run away. It can use magical barrier. It can attack you. Or it can, I've seen these things, I'm pretty sure, use another, like a different, maybe like a magical attack. So there's a couple of different things that it can do. And when again, because I'm manipulating these save states, there's a bunch of different ways that we can manipulate the RNG to make it do different things. So like, let's just say it tries to run away. Well, we can reload our save state. Sorry. Say I try to attack it with whatever, a magical attack or whatever it is, and then it runs away its next turn. Well, I can just reload my save state and then try something else. Like, just try to use a physical attack or defend with my character. And that's going to increase the chances that, it'll potentially then have the treasure jar pick a different action. So it'll just, and obviously the best thing for it to do is just to regularly physically attack us. and thus rinse and repeat. And so that's exactly what I'm doing here. And instead of transforming, I'm just throwing items out here because these are faster. Again, I think it's frustrating to try to fight these things and transform just because the transformations are so time consuming. I don't remember now if there is an option to shorten those up. I feel like there is, and I should probably do that at some point. If that is the case, because I mean that would take some of the frustration out of this method. But anyways, I don't necessarily mind just using these attack items, though, either, because, again, they're fast. They don't require you to transform and blah, 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 blah. So I've lost count now of how many spells I've actually landed on this thing, but I actually will say one thing, too, is I don't think I've ever seen one of these spells miss, and I don't know if my... I'm guessing everybody's got a legend cask on. Oh, there, one just did 0 damage. So, and there's that other attack that I was talking about. So it's, it can run, it can use magical barrier, it can use this ability, which seems to be so that's a spell that's like doing fear or something. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, okay, so, run away, magical barrier, or that spell, or regularly attack, or physically attack you. I mean, frankly, that little whatever attack thing that it just tried to do was completely fine. So, not really going to affect me much. So, obviously, just transformed, which gets rid of that status effect anyway. But not that I think that even matters. I don't think that when it uses that, or when your characters have that status, since we're not using physical attacks, I don't think it I don't think it's going to affect the damage that you do with your spells on this guy. I could be wrong on that, but, so like if I would have tried to throw an item there and she was still under the fear status, I think it would still deal damage. I'm just not 100% sure on that. So, anyways, I think this might be it. I think this is the last attack that I need to get off on this thing. I could be wrong, but I could have swore that this was my 5th attack. And if that's the case, I mean, I'll be honest. So probably a better way to do this. Yep, boom, there it was. Okay, so probably the best way to do this is to throw out 2 items first. 2 items, attack items, to get 2 damage on it, and then transform all of your people. Again, though, you're still gonna have to deal with the transformation time, so it is what it is. But anyways, that's the ruby ring. Again, now we're about 15 minutes into me, recommending that you don't try to farm these. But when damaged by magic, SP is accumulated. So anytime you take damage from a magic spell, boom, you can get some SP. So, those can be probably good for somebody that, you're trying to build Dragoon levels on. Obviously, it's going to be well, and to be fair, not just then. I find that to be probably its most useful aspect. But, say you're in a boss fight and, you don't have legend casks, or you're very underleveled or something, and, you just can't and you don't have, Dragoon levels built up. Well, you can take a little bit of damage from magic and thus get to your Dragoon transformation a little bit sooner. But again, I find that items like that are more useful for just literally building up Dragoon levels and, on like random encounters and stuff. But to be completely fair, though, there's not a whole lot of, or when we're ripping through random encounters, I feel like we're not getting hit by magic that much though either. It's usually physical attacks. So I guess keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to. I'm trying to find a way to justify using those items just in general, but I don't know. It's tough. And I'll say on top of that, in that accessory shop where those are actually sold, there's other accessories that when you're attacked by physical damage, you gain SP. So, which I think is actually more useful because we get physically attacked much more than attacked by magic. So, that's my thought process on that. So, again, 15 minutes of showing you how to defeat a monster that I recommend not bothering with. But, going for that kind of semi-perfectionist walkthrough. It probably would be perfect at this point if I hadn't forgotten to obtain a morning star from the Helena prison on our second visit, but, skipped out on that, so... and then this one ran away. Thank goodness. I don't want to fight another one of those again. Let's just let's get out of here. Let's move on. We've got better things to do. Bigger fish to fry. Undersea cavern. All right. So here we need to head on over to the other side of the cavern and to the. I already forgot the village. It's the little village that we kind of appeared on. But, all right, what do we got going here? What is that noise? It's from over there. There must be something over there. It's not just something. It seems that the rumor about the sea dragon is true. That is the dragon's cry. I can't blame you for feeling scared. I'm not scared. A dragon or two is nothing. Okay. We have to look for a way to go to the prison island. Yeah, let's do that. It sounds like a lovely place. Prison island? I mean, really? All right. Anyways. That cave there with the little vortex thing reminds me of the original Chrono Trigger. At the end of the Hecarim cave where you jump into the vortex and pop out. I don't know. Wherever, kind of back by Chrono's house. Totally random. Anyways, all right, so we got to jump on the boat here and go to the Ocean Terrace, I believe it is. Yes, and that is where the mayor is out here. And we need to chat with him about making our way through that cave. All right, Mayor of Ladira. Sorry, I'm in the middle of something. Here we go. How's this? Darn, not again. Well, I got a good win. Let's take a break. And what do you want? We want to go to the prison island, but we cannot go because of the flood tide. We are wondering if there is any other way to go. You said the prison island? Are you serious? Do you want to commit suicide or something? We are serious, but we don't want to commit suicide. Okay. It's dangerous to go there, young man, but why? Why would you want to throw your life or yourself into danger? Danger is my middle name now. All right, we need to answer. We need to see the monster. You need to see the monster? You look serious. The appearance. You are warriors, aren't you? I got it. I'll tell ya. But it's up to you whether you can survive there or not. I closed the route to the prison island after the monster problem arose. Why didn't you close the whole cave? It's really dangerous. Then we wouldn't be able to go to Fuena. That's why I closed only the path to the prison island. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense. I have a question. How do you control the tide? It's puzzling me. Oh, don't be so puzzled. I just closed the gate to the sea when the tide was full. Then, even after the tide has ebbed, the water level won't go down inside. Oh my, what a simple trick. You imagined I could think of something complicated? Ha ha ha. Hey, open the gimmick gate for him. I got it. Go into the cave from the right side of Pete's house. Turn the valve, and you can open the gate. Then you can go to the prison island. That sounds fun. All right, so the gate is now opened, which means the tide has dropped, and we need to go to Pete's house. That will take us, right here. And then we need to go around the side and jump on these rocks. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And into here. Now, all right, we've got two, I believe this is two healing, let's say healing rain and a healing fog. Then we need to just turn this bad boy, turn the valve, should open the gate. There's a lot of stuff in here. Seems... Now we can go to the prison island. Awesome. Okay, let's do that. Let's go there. In the next area, the prison island, I noticed that there's a ton of usable items. So, I believe I ended up either using a bunch of the stuff that I had in my inventory and or throwing a bunch of it away because I'm forever capped out on my inventory, basically. And I'm notoriously stingy with items. That probably wouldn't be the case if I didn't have, 3 legend casks and wasn't so stingy with my item usage, but, that's me. That's kind of how I always am in every single game I've ever played. I'm a hoarder, all right? I like to conserve my items, which oftentimes is not a good strategy. Because, hey, they put them in the game for a reason, right? All right, undersea cavern. Let's head on in. I think I'm still using Rose and Albert. There's the attack ball. That's the first item that we get. And here's a jeweled crown. All right, so these are kind of interesting. Only Shauna and Miru can use these. And what did they do here? When magically attacked, SP is accumulated. So that's the... okay, so it's got some M attack and M def on it as well. Yeah, that's a pretty decent item. Frankly, I think that's better than the magical hats. I think. I'd have to compare them, but I think that's the case. And that, the SP accumulated when we take damage, again, is nice for exactly what I was talking about. It's essentially the same effect as the ruby ring. So again, it can be useful. It's a little bit of extra SP if that's something that you're into. But all right, so hopefully, and I don't remember if I failed a ton with my additions. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't have 5 minutes failing to do a Blossom Storm or something, but we'll see. And here, actually, I noticed I forgot to take Shauna back out, so she's going to get kicked here, I believe, right after this battle. But anyways, this whole cave. Oh man, I feel like I should bring this up now. I think in the last video I think it was the last video anyway, I had mentioned something about the damage of these additions, and I was wondering if the damage is listed as a certain percentage, right, in the additions menu, and I was wondering if that possibly meant per hit, and it is not per hit. Unfortunately, that is a good general view of the kind of damage that you're going to do. So, like, let's just say you've got a 7 hit, but, the damage percentage is only 100%. And we'll compare that to a 4 hit, but a 250% damage percentage. The 4 hit's going to do more damage. So, keep that in mind. I think I was expecting Madness Hero to do a bunch more damage, but it doesn't. Madness Hero, while it has the most hits, it's not designed to be his most damaging addition or one of the most damaging additions. It's just not. That addition is specifically for building SP. So, if you need SP, if your Dragoon level isn't all the way up to 5 yet, or you simply need to get it to 80 uses, because, again, keep in mind, you need to get 80 uses on every single edition if you want your final edition. And then once you get to that point, you need to make the decision on whether or not you want to keep using that addition or not. In my situation here, it's not a good idea to keep using that addition. It is a low damage addition, and I believe at this point I'm already at 80 uses, so there's no reason to keep using it. Now, I kept using it because I didn't, I guess I wasn't even really thinking about it, but at this point, Madness Hero is not an addition that's worth using. Again, for all of those reasons that I've just stated. My SP is completely maxed out. You could argue maybe if you're expecting to spend a ton of time in a Dragoon transformation and you're doing a boss fight, right? If you think or you're not able to do much damage in your Dragoon form, keeping Madness Hero on will actually, allow you to basically build 2 Dragoon levels back, so you can get back into Dragoon form. So there's that, there's just a lot of considerations that you need to make, but for me at this point, because it's capped out, literally everything else is capped out for him, and we're capped out on SP. And none of these boss fights that I've been doing, there's no way I'm ever going to stay in Dragoon form for 5 full turns. It just doesn't happen. So it is not a wise move to keep Dart with Madness Hero, basically. So being that that's the point, or that's the case, it actually probably makes a little bit of sense to take the Ultimate War God back off of him, equip him with whatever else, a bandit ring, and then switch his addition to something like Crush Dance, because it's a really easy addition to pull off. It's going to do more damage. And to be fair, I could put that Ultimate War God on somebody else, like Rose, for instance, who I've oftentimes failed at performing her additions. And I don't know that she's got really a much better tactically an item that's better to keep on her. I mean, to be fair, I guess I do have the therapy ring on her, which actually is kind of nice. I mean, she's already got really low HP, so it's nice to be able to just kind of keep her topped off all the time, and not have to really worry about her, frankly pathetic HP. But I shouldn't say that. I mean, look at Mira's got a little bit worse. Man, Shauna really stepped it up though. I'm actually really impressed by Shauna. I'm really glad I've been using her and not just throwing her to the wayside. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Really, you want to use Ultimate War God on somebody that you're, not able to do the additions very good on, I guess. It's just it's a convenience item, frankly. Excuse me, sorry. And yeah, here I'm just gonna keep hacking at these guys. Now, I did equip the Heat Blade, and I don't know. I frankly I didn't notice much of a difference between his Heat Blade and the Falchion. So. I think maybe just because the Falchion's got, obviously a better attack stat, and even though yes, all of these are water elemental, it doesn't seem that the fire element on that blade is really making up for the lack of just straight power that the Falchion's got. So that's my take anyway. 87. Hopefully I'm not wrong on that. hopefully, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I really should have been paying more attention, but I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was a bit of a wash. At least that's what I'm remembering, and I could actually be completely wrong. I thought that I looked specifically at, I don't know. It would have been obviously when you run tests like that, you're gonna run tests on the same enemy, and I could have swore that I, took a look at I don't know, whatever this eyeball weird thingy is. Glare, is that the name of that? I could have swore that I looked at the damage, that Dart did on that with the Heat Blade versus the Falchion, and I could have swore that it was about the same. So, anywho, Oh, here I was confused on which way I needed to go, and I think we need to head up and to the left first. We've got some or a treasure to grab up here first. Yeah. Yep, we do. Whoops. What am I doing? Oh, checking if you could just jump up there. No, that's not the case. Yeah. Whoopsies. And of course, running around a little bit extra brings up that random encounter timer. Ugh. Ooh, a big miss. These enemies seem to be very elusive. I think I miss with Rose here too. Nope, I was wrong on that. Could have swore there was two characters that I had tried to attack with, and both of them missed. But maybe that was not the case. It's entirely possible that I've misremembered, or maybe that's a different battle. Oh, another miss with Albert. Look at that. Well, it's the benefit of save states, though, right? Just reload your save state and, hit that defend button. Get some HP back instead of wasting a turn. All right, hard blade. All right. Let's see what's in here. Oh, of course, we can't carry any more items. Because of course we can't. We never can. Which I know I've mentioned this probably a billion years ago, but I really, really dislike games that limit your inventory. I don't know. It's just a thing. It's a thing I've got. The Suikoden games are like that. I find it very annoying. I don't know. Some of these things like this, like recovery balls and stuff. I don't know. we should just get rid of these. Gushing magma. I think I hung on to this. That gushing magma is actually really nice for the boss fight of this area, which I believe is the next video. But I did throw away my one of my mine purifiers. I don't know if that was a great idea, but then we got another recovery ball. I don't know how useful those recovery balls are. I should actually test those out. I think it says it randomly generates a recovery item. I don't feel like that's something that I don't like the randomness of something like that, right? I want to know what I'm using. But whatever. All right, and so there I threw away my other extra body, whatchamacallit too, and got a burnout. Oh, God, I can't carry any more items. I was going to leave that in there for the return trip, which probably wouldn't have been the worst idea because I knew I was going to use at least one attack item coming up here, but whatever, I didn't. Of course, I couldn't resist. I had to go back down and open up that chest, and so now I have to use something. So looks like, okay, we're going to fill up dart. I guess that wasn't the worst thing ever to do. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Of course, get into another battle. Just couldn't do that. I guess this is as good a time as any to bring this up. This troll thing on the right, I believe drops the night shield. Or can drop a night shield. Frankly, I don't think it's worth, farming them for, but it's interesting at least. So, yeah. If you're looking for one of those, for whatever reason, they drop them. Oh, and here, of course, I'm going to fail. Oh, there we go. Blossom Storm. It's always annoying seeing, knowing that he's saying Blossom Storm. Oh, and that's the best part too. So, because of the way I'm doing my audio, you're not able to hear any audio from the game. You can literally only hear me. So you're hearing me say Blossom Storm, and then on the screen it's actually saying Flower Storm. So, makes me feel a little ridiculous. But hey, it's not my fault, man. It's not my fault. Trust me. He's actually saying Blossom Storm. But, oh man, just failing hard with Rose here. Yep, fail again. God. There we go. Oh, finally. And here, to be fair, I mean, this is a really bad angle. So let's see. Nope, I didn't one-shot that. I thought I actually one-shot that, and I don't like this. This is a really, really bad angle that I know I've complained about in the past. But I always have a, really hard time with these editions when the camera's directly behind the character. But there we go. All right, 898. Just brutal. Man, Albert is just disgustingly powerful. Just, ugh. Makes me feel freaking dirty even using that guy. He's just so good. All right, let's see what's in the chest. But, attack ball. All right, fair enough. All right, I'm out of time. As always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.